Guys, my name is Terry Billups, and I have the privilege of visiting with you today about how oils are made, are they safe, and a little bit about switching and ditching products. Okay, so let's go back in time about 20 to 30 years ago when this whole idea of essential oils with Young Living began. And basically, how oils are being made, they had to do a whole lot of research. Looking at trees and plants and deciding, do we distill or do we extract the oils from the bark or the leaf or the plant, the blossom, maybe the resin? Do we have to extract it and then put it in a cave? Do we cold press it? Do we distill it? What temperature does it need to be at if it's distilled? Basically, just a lot of research went into everything before the process was put in place on making the oils. Okay, so basically there was a whole lot of information to find the most therapeutic grade of that plant that could help you and me before any of this got started. Okay, so keep that in mind. So it took a lot of work to get a 5 ml or a 15 ml bottle of oil. Okay, so if you think about it, it takes 60,000 rose petals to make 1 ounce of rose oil. It's a very expensive oil. It's a beautiful oil, but it's a very expensive oil for that reason. Now, lavender is in abundance, but it still takes 220 pounds to provide 7 pounds of lavender oil. And then you have like the jasmine flower, which has to be picked before the sun gets to the hottest part of the day. Has to be picked by hand the first day that the blossoms open. Okay, and it takes 8 million hand-picked blossoms to produce 2.2 pounds of jasmine oil. If you haven't smelled it, it's lovely, but it is very expensive. Sandalwood tree has to be 30 feet tall, 30 years old, and has to be cut down for distillation. Boswellia tree, which is your frankincense, it grows on marble. So I don't know how Gary Young did what he did, but what's come out of it is phenomenal for us. Okay, he did it for us. So, but the great thing about all this is that a little bit of oil goes a long way. So, for instance, most oils cost between $10 and $30 a bottle. Okay, and a 5 ml bottle might hold between 90 and 120 drops in it. And it only takes 1 to 3 drops per application. So basically, a 5 ml bottle goes a long way. And the reason I said between 90 and 120, it depends on how thick the oil is. So the thicker the oil, the less drops are going to be in the bottle. Makes sense? But usually, for me, I find that the thicker the oil, the less drops I need too. Okay? And then your 15 ml bottles might be between 180 to 250 or 60 drops. So keep that in mind as well. So that's kind of a little bit behind how the oils are being made. Remember that the soil has to be pure. There are no pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. A lot of this is hand-picked. It's hand-tilled, hand-weeded. We have our seed to seal process. So basically, we know where the seeds came from. We know how they were planted. We know the whole process till it goes to your door. And then it's up to you. Okay, so kind of keep all that in mind behind the quality of our oils, our therapeutic grade oils. Okay, so are they safe? Absolutely, they're safe. However, with every absolution, there are some howevers. So there's some photosensitivity issues. So if you are using an oil that is a citrus oil, and you put it topically on your skin and you go out in the sun, you probably will get sunburned quite badly in that spot because it draws the sun. So just kind of keep that in mind. That doesn't mean you can't use them. It just means don't put them on and go outside. Okay. And when you're using your oil on your skin, some of the oils are considered hot. And so they might cause a little redness or a little rashing, or maybe even just a little feeling of hot. And so those you're going to want to use with a carrier oil. I absolutely tell people that they should always use a carrier oil when they first start a new oil, because you don't know how your skin's going to react to it. I can put thieves on my skin. It doesn't bother me. Other people can put thieves on it. It bothers them. So all of us need to be aware of what our bodies can accept and not accept, and add a carrier oil at the beginning so that you just know that you can use it. What is a carrier oil? Well, those are your thicker molecule oils. Basically, they're fatty, like grapeseed or coconut oil or olive oil, safflower, whole variety. They're a thicker oil. So when you put your essential oil with those and you put them on your skin, it doesn't cause, it kind of puts a protective barrier, and it allows the essential oil to go through, but kind of at a slower pace, and it kind of dilutes it a little bit. So it doesn't make it less strong. It just makes it less heated. Okay. Okay. We also don't want to put essential oils around your eyes because it burns your eyes. They can burn your eyes. But we all have done that because, you know, you have an essential oil in your hand, you touch something and you don't think about it, you stick it in your finger here, you put it near your eye or in your eye, get something in your eye, and you just kind of go like this and ouch. So if that happens, you just put a carrier oil just in the side of your eye, let it drizzle down, and it will take the sting out. If you don't have that, you can grab milk. It'll do that. Cream, butter, they're all fatty, so they'll all help take away that burning sensation. And also, you don't ever want to put essential oil in your ear. You can put it around your ear. You can put it on a cotton ball and just stick it, you know, very gently on your ear. But you don't want to get it in your eardrum, okay, because that can cause a lot of pain. And you can become desensitized to oils. If you use the same oil over and over and over again, chances are you become a little desensitized to it. So, for instance, I make a facial serum, and I use frankincense, lavender, and a little bit of peppermint. And so typically I will switch out. Sometimes I'll do frankincense, I might do myrrh, I might do elemi. Sometimes I'll put geranium instead of lavender. Peppermint, I might use spearmint instead. So I'll just switch things in and out. So those are things you can do as well. And by the way, if you make that serum, make sure you put it with the carrier oil because it is a little bit too strong otherwise. Okay. So a question comes up. We talked about we can put it on our skin topically. We know we can diffuse it. And then some people ask, well, can I take it internally? Well, we have a whole line called Vitality Oils. Those are ones that are approved to be taken internally. And so I don't have a problem with that. Now, some people, it makes them kind of, you know, get a little queasy about it and go, I don't know about that. That's fine. You don't have to. But know that our oils are pure and they are accepted to be able to be taken internally. Okay. But I will tell you, and I will warn you, that not all oils are created equally. I know where ours came from because I know the seed to seal. I know the guarantee behind that, and I know that they're okay. If I went down to a local grocery store and bought a bottle of oil, I would be a little bit leery, especially because it probably would be less expensive. And I don't know the company necessarily. I don't know if they have a seed to seal guarantee. I don't know about that. So honestly, I would only take Young Living oils internally. That's the only one I would take. Okay, so moving right along. And I will tell you that there's some countries that will say you can only take oils topically or aromatically. That's fine. You know your body. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about switching and ditching. So if you think about it, you know that our oils are very clean, and we have some products and I'll just say we have the Thieves line of products that are um, specifically made for household. Okay. And so we have a Thieves household cleaner that comes, we have a 15, well, it's 14.4 ounce bottle. It's about this big. And we also have the big 64 ounce bottle. And basically, it only takes one capful to clean most of your house. You take a capful, you put it in a spray bottle, and you just spray away. You put water in there with it and spray away. Okay. How much does that cost? Well, I figured it out the other day, and I think it's like 69 cents per capful. Okay. And then you have your bottle that might cost $1 at the Dollar General or Dollar Tree, whatever. So you have that bottle, so that makes it $1.60, and then you just add water. So basically for $1.60, less than $2, you can clean your whole house, top to bottom. I use it for my floors, my counters, my windows, my bathrooms, my sinks, windows, everything, mirrors, everything. I clean with my Thieves. Now, if I want it extra strong, I might add 2 or 3 capfuls. Okay. Bottom line is it costs less, and I know it's very clean, it's very pure, it's non-toxic, and I can clean my house from top to bottom with that. So, something to think about switching and ditching with. If you look at your household cleaners, go, under your sink, pull out a household cleaner, look at the precautions. Some of them say, don't inhale while you're using them. Hello, what's wrong with that picture? Okay, so think about that. And that's a little bit scary. So, you can't breathe them. You can't breathe them in. They can hurt your lungs. So think about those items. And think about how abrasive your hands are when you're using them, because they eat away at your skin. The Thieves household cleaner does not. Just telling you. The average woman applies 300 chemicals a day to her body just by using soaps, shampoos, makeups, hair care products, and most of those are before breakfast in the morning. That's scary. We have a whole new line of Savvy Minerals makeup. Fantastic. And we also have a whole line of skincare products and hair products and dental products. So you can actually switch and ditch everything for what we have now. So, is it a little bit overwhelming? Yes, it truly is. When I started off, I started off with just the household cleaner. That was easy. Went from that to the toothpaste. Love the toothpaste. Moved on to the deodorant. Then it was the shampoo. So as I got, my mama was the kind who said you don't throw things out. So as I finished one thing, I replaced it with something clean. So that's how I did it, and it was very easy. So basically, there you go. Remember, we don't use these products to add to our budget. We use them to replace. Take care. God bless. Thank you. Good night.